I've discovered that most people actually want to change their lives, but then at the same time, they will go through this life and never change. Never change. Because they've not understood fundamentally how change happens. One of the things that is required to be in place for actual change to happen is humility. Like, you need to be humble in your own sight. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't put yourself high, because change at the beginning is like an embarrassing experience, and you need to be accommodating of that embarrassment. You need to recognize that you're not that big, you're not that great, as it were. I remember when I decided to start putting my life in order. Like, I looked at my life, right? I was 24 going to 25, and then I was looking at my life like, bro, everybody is saying, oh, Victor is doing well, Victor is doing this and that. But I'm looking at myself and I'm like, I can be better than this, right? My life is not in order. I'm still scattered in a sense. I'm still all over the place. I want to put my life in order, right? There's a kind of man I want to become. And do you know how it started? Do you know how that change started? It started by me making my bed in the morning, because I realized that I was not making my bed. That is almost like something you teach a toddler. That's something you teach like a 12-year-old, right? Make a bed in the morning before you go out. But I wasn't doing it, and I had to start doing it, right? I started from making my bed in the morning, all right? I started adding additional routines to my life. Okay, Victor, you're not going to go to bed ever if you don't have your bath, right? So I started putting those routines in order. I started putting those routines in place, and it starts small. It starts small. Don't start looking at yourself like, bro, I mean, I can't be making my bed 25. Is that what I'm here to do? Let me go make money or something like that. That's a very stupid thought. That's an excuse. You're giving yourself excuses not to evolve. You're giving yourself excuses not to change, right? You are embarrassed of starting small. It's fine to start small, because that's how change happens. You start very small, right? And then in a couple days, you keep making incremental changes. If you want to start working out, you start with like 2 push-ups. No problem. There's no problem. It's embarrassing when everybody can do like 30 and you can't even do like 5. But if you start with the 3 that you can do, and you do it consistently for 3 days, by the 4th day you can do 5. By the 10th day you can do 7. But just be consistent. In 3 months, you'll be able to do like 60. In 1 year, right, you'll be able to do probably, I don't know, like 75. Do you know why? Because change compounds. It compounds. That when I started saving, right, I started actively paying attention to my savings in 2021. Do you know how much I started saving with? I started saving with 500 naira. I said, okay, every single month, right, I'm going to put out 500 naira, because that was my starting point. I noticed that I was spending excessively. I wasn't making as much 2020, right? But 2021, I started earning. Then I increased it. I started earning properly, like I started earning well, and then I increased it. And then by 2022, I increased it some more. By 2023, I realized that I was saving at least 70% of my income. First off, because I started earning way more, right? And that culture has still been maintained till date. You start small. Let it be embarrassing, but start small. You keep increasing, and you keep increasing, and you keep increasing. You're not warring against anybody. It's you versus you. If you're better today than you were yesterday, you are making an improvement. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Are you hearing what I'm saying?